The excellence that we see in our schools will not stay that way if we don't rerun a levy.
Right now on Up with KREM, the Lakeland School District now looking for alternative solutions after voters declined to renew their levy earlier this month.
This morning we are forecasting where the rain is falling across the inland northwest, and there is plenty more of that for the rest of this week.
Washington football team is ending the season on a winning streak. This morning we hear why one player is proving to be a Swiss Army knife for the team's offense.
When you first get here and all of a sudden you got a quarterback catching punts and kick returns, it's like, what are we doing?
Up with KREM begins now.
6 o'clock here. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us here on Up with KREM on your Friday Eve. It's good to see you. I'm Tim Pham. We also want to welcome you if you're watching us on KREM 2+. Let's start things off by getting over to meteorologist Thomas Patrick to help you prepare for this Thursday. Thomas, it's going to be a little bit of a rainy Thursday.
Yeah, happy Friday Eve to you, Tim. And yeah, this morning we are pretty much just forecasting rain from here on out for the rest of this week, save for some of our northern areas. So let's jump right into Doppler radar because the rain is already kind of on and off across eastern Washington and most North Idaho locations here. In Spokane, had pretty heavy rain at like 5 a.m. It's lightened up, and now there's another batch that's on the way. You can actually see the motion of these showers are pressing mostly northward, so if you're looking to the south, you might see that next batch of rain on the way. Meanwhile, from Sandpoint and northward, we are still seeing a rain-snow mix at this hour, where winter weather advisories do remain in effect until 10 a.m.
Let's take you live outside now to I-90 in Freya to get a look at the traffic impact at this hour. And right now you can see traffic is moving nice and smoothly here at 6:02. On Up with KREM, we do bring you weather and traffic together every 30 minutes. With the winter months ahead of us, Spokane County introduced us to its winter weather operations plan. KREM 2's Brandon T. Jones was there when those plans were announced. So Brandon, what will this year's snow response look like for the county? Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Tim. Well, you and I both know it won't be long before the rain that we're seeing fall in the morning officially turns into some real type of snow that's going to be sticking on the ground for Lord knows how long. But that's exactly why the Spokane County officials held that press conference yesterday, kind of laying out their winter preparation plans and their snow response plans as well. So we got a chance to be there, get a look at some of their equipment, and they laid out how much equipment will be used this winter. The county is responsible for 5,100 lane miles of paved gravel and dirt roads that they maintain. So that means going back and forth on these roads, and some of what you'll see on the roads, that includes 38 snowplows and sanding trucks, 34 graders, 4 de-icing trucks. We also learned that the county has a snow removal budget of $4.5 million for the winter. During major snow events, crews will first clear emergency routes and primary arterials.
If there is another snow event, when we get those back-to-back snow dumpings and major storms, we will go back. If there has been accumulation, we will go back to those main arterials and begin again.
Also, during the press conference, the county announced the purchase of new grader chains, grader blades, and the addition of shark blades, which are used when there is a thick layer of compact snow and ice on road surfaces. So as a reminder, if you see crews or drivers out on the road, stay at least 50 feet behind them, and then also you want to make sure you're never passing these type of vehicles on the right side. But for now, reporting live here in Spokane County, Brandon T. Jones, KREM 2 News.
The man accused of killing 4 University of Idaho students can face the death penalty if convicted. Yesterday, Ada County Judge Stephen Hippler made the ruling in the newly filed court documents. Earlier this month, Brian Koberger's defense team pushed to remove the death penalty as a possible form of punishment if found guilty. Judge Hippler denied those motions. We have more on this story right now on our website, krem.com. New in the last 12 hours, the Lakeland School District is looking at potential cuts for the next school year. A failed levy took away $9.5 million, which is actually about 25% of the district's overall budget. Last night, the school board met with parents to discuss what's next after the district's levy failed in the election. District leaders say there are now potential cuts to extracurriculars and staff.
57% of our budget is staff, and so when you're cutting 20 to 25% of your budget and you have that much of your budget is staff, there's no way to avoid cutting staff.
No budget decisions were made at last night's meeting. Those are expected to be made during next month's meeting. Many people expressed interest in running the levy at a lower amount. Meantime, Idaho State University is restructuring the Office of Equity and Inclusion across all campuses. In a letter sent to students and staff last week, it says programs like the Diversity and Gender Resource Centers will be eliminated. They will now be considered student support services. The center will now be known as the Office of Equal Opportunity and Title IX. ISU says the Native American Student Services and other programs will be run through the Office of Student Affairs and the Dean of Students. Well, here's a reason to smile on this Thursday morning. A huge surprise for a teacher in Coeur d'Alene. Yesterday, Marcus Ross, an 8th grade math teacher at Lakes Middle School, was chosen for the Milkin Family Foundation's Milkin Educators Award. So the award's nickname is actually kind of the Oscar of teaching, we're told. It has about a $25,000 cash prize. That's huge. The award recognizes teachers for their education to excellence in education. Mr. Ross was chosen for his energetic and thoughtful approach to individualized learning.
I absolutely love this school. I love the staff that I work with. I love you guys. And I love teaching you. And I love coaching you. I'm very honored. So thank you so much for letting me be your teacher. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Oh, what a nice honor. Coeur d'Alene Public Schools says Ross is the only Idaho recipient this year. This morning, more than 300,000 people are still without power in western Washington after a bomb cyclone tore through the state. The number is down from more than 600,000 yesterday. A majority of the outages are from Puget Sound Energy, serving a majority of the area. The CEO of Puget Sound Energy says during the peak of the storm, her agency alone had more than 400,000 customers without power. Right now, it is expected to take a few days to fully restore power to everyone.
We'll get through this together as a region. We know this is an imposition, and I can promise you our folks are working really, really hard and doing everything they can to get you back in power and lights.
The Puget Sound Energy CEO says the agency is using helicopters and ground crews to look at the damage. For now, they're prioritizing hospitals and schools. And take a look at this. This is a photo of a water spout posted by the National Weather Service. Look at that there. It was spotted off the western coast of Washington around 4 p.m. yesterday. People in Grays Harbor or Pacific counties received a tornado warning notification. They were told to take cover and stay indoors. Just 30 minutes later, that warning did expire. There were no reports of damage, injuries, or any tornadoes touching down. Wow.
It is 6:08 as we take you to our outdoor weather center here. I forgot my umbrella this time around, so I'm going to try to keep this brief because I'm definitely getting wet. But meanwhile, our northern areas still getting a bit of snow for this morning before things do warm up. So Sandpoint, Bonners Ferry, and northeastern Washington could still see snow between now and 10 a.m. just because temperatures are cold enough in that region. That is the spot that had the most snow from yesterday. You know, the snow that actually was able to stick, especially from Priest River and northward. But it's mostly a rain-snow mix between Sandpoint and Bonners Ferry. You see some northern areas of Pend Oreille County are also getting snow. But that transition to rain is still ongoing, and it's going to be mostly a rain forecast for the rest of the day. Yeah, the rain just started to pick back up. Getting pretty wet out here, but it is an on and off or scattered style rainfall for today with more widespread rain on the way for tomorrow. So coming up, I'll show you how much rain in total that we are going to pick up over the next 3 to 4 days combined. So look for that part of the forecast coming up.
We've been really dialed in all year. That's been a main focus for this group. So to see that's pretty encouraging for us.
A dominant win for the Zags. At 6:20, we hear what the team is attributing to their early season success.